It's a typical autumn day. It's pretty windy and it's probably going to rain before I'm finished out here. It feels definitely like summer has been and gone. Your garden's probably looking a little tired and you might feel like the only things left to do are put everything in the compost bin or burn it if it's nasty and diseased. But actually now is the perfect time to be planting annuals to come into flower next summer. You can plant them now in the autumn or next spring, but a seed sown now will come into flower sooner, so if you do a bit of both, you get a nice long display. I'm going to be planting Nigella Damascena, or Love in a Mist. There we go. Free with Gardens Illustrated in the last issue, I believe. But you can also plant calendula, cornflowers, poppies, various different sorts of poppies. The best thing is to just look at the back of the packet, see when it says to sow them. They generally say to plant straight into a bed, into your flower bed, in which case make sure that your soil is nice and finely prepared to give the seeds the best start that you can. I'm actually going to be moving house soon, so I'm going to be planting into a box so that I can take my seeds with me. So I have filled my box with some nicely prepared, lovely fine compost, and I've got some bits of gravel at the bottom for good drainage, and I'm going to finely sow them. Now you can thin seedlings out, and you almost always need to, because no matter how thinly you think you're sowing them, as soon as they start coming up you've got an awful lot more than you expected. But try and sow them thinly, because it's a lot less work for you if you don't have to thin them, and obviously the less you move them around the better for the seeds. So I have pre-watered my soil and I'm just going to very finely scatter them over the surface, hopefully not too many. Nigella seeds are very dark, so it's quite difficult to see exactly what you're doing. And then add a little further compost on top. Nigella seeds like to germinate in the dark. They won't germinate in the light. You can't tell from looking at seeds whether they like light or dark conditions. So the best, if you don't know or the seed packet doesn't say, try one method, either out in the open or covered in soil or in a dark room. If you don't get anything after a few weeks, then swap, and hopefully you'll have a bit more luck. So I've already watered these, so I'm probably not going to give them any more. They're hardy, these seeds, and obviously if they were out in a flower bed, they'd be out in the open. So I shall just leave them on a terrace, maybe near a house, so it's somewhere a little warmer for them. And that's that. The lovely thing about Nigella is that the seeds look beautiful when it's starting to rain. The flowers look beautiful when the flowers are faded. You get these lovely seed heads, which give you lovely interest throughout the winter, really. So they're great.